Welcome to episode 5 of my short-term Shelftember / Shelftober series, where I am taking my Tiny Tidy Tuesdays and breaking down the rest of my perpetual tidy list. I really need to it's not necessarily the rest of it. It accounts for probably 90% of what's on there, but I still have I still have playlists to get through, and I might find more stuff to add to that list. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm pretty much finishing up in the kitchen this week. And then the front hallway, which is made out of bookshelves, has been overwhelming me, and what got me procrastinating by going through old Tiny Tidy playlists to begin with. And you'll see those. I don't tackle the couple of shelves that drive me nuts that are basically full of decor stuff, and I don't know what to do with them. I'm basically short on time this week, so I am tackling the easy stuff. And if you are new around here, let me know how you go about tackling things. But anymore, I do a lot of the Dana K. White methods. So, in a pinch, I'm looking for trash and I'm not making things worse than what they are. So, this is where I'm at. The easy stuff. And I guess that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I've noticed that when I am working on projects, it's easy to think about the project as a whole, and that can be a little disconcerting. Most projects are projects because they take multiple steps. So, when things are overwhelming, I'm like, okay, I just need to break it down into steps. Now, I'm saying this is what sometimes it takes me procrastinating it for multiple months to do that. Anywho, does anybody else do that? Let me know. Let me know I'm not alone. Anyway, the shelves issue got broken down because, dusting is not my strong suit. Cleaning in general is not my strong suit to begin with, and there's been so much clutter over the years that the clutter has taken center stage instead of the dusting or the cleaning aspects. So, there's certain things that get cleaned regularly, like the windows and the mirrors and the bathroom. But for years, if you couldn't see the floor, what's the point in trying to dust a shelf, Anyway, we are past that point. We can see floors now. And although I am toying with the idea of a floor-focused February, so let me know if that's something you would be interested in watching. But my point is, if I break things down and do the easy stuff, then there's a lot less of the quote-unquote hard stuff to do. So it's not as big of a deal, and I can just pick at it a little bit at a time. Back to the shelves. Oh, these are the shelves. These are the shelves I don't know what to do with. And if you're new around here, I have inherited a lot of things, and a lot of things are a little eccentric to probably modern U.S. standards. Some of it is because it is from South America, where my grandparents lived for a couple of decades. Some of it is artwork that either granddad made, I've made, kids have made, whatever. There's a wide variety. Anyway, neither here nor there. Obviously, this is not only just one bookshelf. This is a bank of bookshelves, and it's overwhelming. I actually messaged a friend before I started out here. I'm kind of overwhelmed. So I'm starting with the easy stuff. Behind these doors is 2 shelves. And you know what's on those 2 shelves? 3 mainly empty boxes and a box with 2 jars in it. So you just watched me kind of break down the last two shelves in the kitchen. Obviously, one of those shelves has jars on it. I also have gone through some zero waste sort of journeys. I don't know if journeys is the right word. I've worked on it a couple of times, mainly once for probably about 18 months a few years back. And in that time frame, I wound up finding WEC jars, which are zero waste. You can use the rings multiple times, and they will actually break down because they are rubber. And there's no lids to throw away and that kind of thing. They're also a little bit easier to clean, as it were, because they don't have weird corners, and you can actually get your hand into them. So anyway, I don't can a lot of things, but I do use jars for dry goods and that sort of stuff. So I started with those two shelves with the WEC jar boxes. Since I bought those, they have basically come out of hiding as we needed them. Like right now, I've got a bunch of pistachios in WEC jars because it keeps them from going stale. But I don't really need the boxes. As much as I was talking about the idea of what I would do if I moved last week, it really gets down to I don't really have any intentions on moving right now. And if I moved, there's a good chance I would need to move my trailer as well. So I don't know that I would be moving the stuff out of it. So do I need empty boxes sitting around for the sole purpose of I might move someday? And I'm going to go with that's a no. So those are actually going in the recycle this week. And then I will repurpose that space probably when we get to the center bookshelf. You've seen those shelves as well. And so theoretically, they should be easy. They are fairly categorized, but they are a hot mess. A majorly hot mess. And I'm short on time this week, so that is not going to happen. But it very well might happen for next week. And at that point, I will be moving things, I think, over to that other section. And I haven't figured out what, because they are hidden sections, so it has to be stuff that we will just automatically go looking for, and not assume it doesn't exist. So I'm thinking the electronics shelves might move down there. Anyway, my point being, start with easy stuff. Obviously, if you want things to go in order, you're probably cringing at the fact I didn't completely finish one bookcase before I went on to something else. And I am sorry about that. But in all reality, these office supply shelves, not only have I done them for Tiny Tidy Tuesdays with you guys, I have done them for Tiny Tidy Tuesdays without you guys before as well. And so it's really a matter of dusting, doing a quick once over to see what I can possibly get rid of, and then just putting stuff back. And that's a fairly quick and simple process that's not terribly involved, I guess you could say. So I am rearranging a little bit. That has been a theme as I've gone through the shelves previously, is that I'm finding better sort of places for some things to be. And that is actually helping a lot in these two shelves, because I was able to pull out the few things I'm going to get rid of. And that freed up a bunch of space for stuff that was down on this shelf I'm working on now that was sort of overflowing just because I didn't have anywhere else to put things. I don't know if you guys remember, but the pot full of binder clips, I think, was back on one of the shelves in the bedroom. I'm not the one that uses binder clips in this house. Those are the young one, but this is the office supply cabinet, so that totally gets to be here, you know? I'm also not the one that uses Post-it notes. I do use pens, pencils, and colored pencils, which are in that, and then these are like highlighters and things. I've sorted through all of the pens, pencils, and that kind of stuff before, and I've just sort of slowly been condensing. And I don't know if you caught it, but I did let go of some colored pencils. Guys, if we want colored pencils, we're going to go get the real Prismacolors, not the Prismacolor Scholar stuff that I had gotten them because they're better than Crayola. And if you're sitting there going, there's a difference in colored pencils. Yes. There is definitely a difference in colored pencils. Definitely a difference in colored pencils. So they worked for what they were when we were sending that kind of school supplies to school with the kids. One's out, one will be out in a couple of months. And, I just don't need that stuff anymore. So remember, a few minutes at a time really adds up over a lifetime, even if it's easy stuff.